Here at West Geauga with Emily Mechenbier and Aubrey Hopkins following a 53-37 conference win over West Geauga. Ladies, lots of adversity tonight between first quarter and then coming out of the half. They made a good push, cut this you guys' lead, 33-18 lead down to 6. Talk about the response you guys were able to have and kind of refocus on the game itself to come out and eventually pull out a double-digit win tonight.
It was definitely tough in the first quarter coming out and having that happen, but we realized that we had to focus, get back into the game, and make sure we were able to execute.
And we knew at halftime they weren't stopping. They're going to keep continuing to push the ball, and we knew it was all defense. Know where threes at all times and pressure.
You mentioned defense, and you were the defensive stalwart tonight. I don't know how many steals, I don't know how many deflections, but it's north of 10 on both accounts. Talk about what you did defensively. Coach Falvey said you take the task of the best scorer, ball handler, and so on and so forth of each team. Tonight, Phelan Beckrest, two great games against you guys, but tonight you just were running amok defensively. Talk about what you were doing.
Yeah,
I'm
watching a lot of film. I know that she likes to drive a lot and she likes to take on a lot of people, so I just pressured her with her left hand and took off her passing lanes, and yeah.
And then Emily, for you, a beast on the inside between offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, scoring at will in the post. Talk about having kind of take a bigger role, obviously with the injury earlier on in the game, to kind of just take a step forward for your team being such a big inside presence and to kind of dominate this game down the stretch.
Yeah, it was definitely different. Towards the coming out of the second half, they were pressing a little harder, so I knew I had to stay up at first, but then I was able to drop down and work in the post a little bit more. Normally I have me on the other side, rebounding each other, but it was different. So I just had to trust in the other teammates that were in there, and I had to trust in them, and it was good.
The first time you guys played, you guys had a big lead at halftime. They cut it down, so eventually you guys won by 6. Now tonight, same kind of thing. They cut it to 6, but you guys were able to re-extend the lead. What kind of growth have you guys had from what's a little over a month ago, December 16th, where the game at home where they made it close and just close the rest of the way, but tonight you guys were able to extend that lead. What kind of growth have you guys made in this last month-ish?
Definitely knowing that, not letting the defense speed up the ball in our process, knowing where the open passes are and taking our time and not forcing passes for sure.
Yeah, we were able to become more disciplined, more focused in the game, realize what we needed to cover in defense and offense, and just our flaws, fixing them up and making sure we can execute well.
And you guys were CVC champs. Not official yet, but it's comfortable leads over some of the other teams competing for the Sugar Division. So how awesome is it? Last year tying with Richmond Heights. This year you come in and are on track to sweep and go 10-0 in the conference. Just talk about coming in here this season and being so dominant in conference play.
It definitely feels good coming out and being able to do that. Last year, we had a very solid team. We were able to come up with that. But, yeah, just having 2 years in a row, it gives me confidence in the team that will continue to grow.
It was amazing, coming out in the beginning of the season, he wanted us to win CVC, and just being able to accomplish that, especially with the young team, it was great.
Thank you guys so much. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.